If you remember this little song, then you're one of the kids that remembers Toys R Us. Now, one of the great things was that getting up and getting the actual mail, because in the mail, right next, coming close to the holidays, you used to get a catalog, and it was a great catalog that used to show expand hundreds of different types of toys that you want on your wish list. Now, sometimes you couldn't have them, but you could at least imagine them, and you could see the reactions on the kids in the pictures. And so, to me, it brings back a lot of memories. So that's why I'm recreating something that in my childhood meant a lot, especially during the holidays. All right, so I finally completed the Toys R Us, but I'm not happy with it. I'm still gonna do one more addition to this, but I'm gonna show you guys what I did in the beginning. In the beginning, this is the first one I created, and this thing here by itself took me about almost an entire day just to print this part out. All right, and there's four colors in here. There's yellow, blue, red, and green. That's pretty much it. This thing alone was going to take a time consuming. I mean, it's just something that I wasn't happy with it. So I had to recreate the whole thing and then re-engineer it too. So I don't like the setting of it. It's a little smaller than I thought that it was going to be, but I do like how this is mock-up actually opened the eyes to do the next one a little bit better. I did put some side doors that I wasn't happy either on it. We're going to change this around and we're going to make something better, I said. So instead of doing that, what I re-engineer was this part right here, and this is the actual system I just engineered. Now I did print out every single tile that it has, a strip, separately, so I could do this in a massive production line if I want. It's up to me if I want to recreate this and put it in FC and start selling it. I can do that. And when I did that, it recreated this part right here. It made every single tile, as you can see, separately. Now I did mess up in here. I put extra glue, and that's why you can see, but I'm going to sand it off and you can clean it. Now this was a little bit better than this one, to be honest with you, because this each one took about, I printed around maybe 30 of them together, and it took about what 30 minutes to just print these out. It was not that bad, so I was, hey, this is something that can work. So this whole piece, this is an entire piece. This comes along with the actual, if you guys can see, this is the original one, how I have it and test it out. And I was testing out the windows too. So this is the entire piece, how it's supposed to look like. Indentations in there so it could take on the sign. And I am going to print the sign separately. I have, if you guys got a label maker that does see-through labels. And that's a plus for me, to be honest with you. So this was recreating this entire thing was like, it took me about a day just to make this changes. All right, now this is the original one. Like I said, it was a lot of work, and not only that, you got to print it out exactly in measurement, and you have to save it. It took a long time. Instead of me reconstructing the whole thing so I could engineer, it takes a long time. I like the colors, to be honest. I like how they mesh together, but unfortunately the reality is that you try to fit these together, it's going to be impossible. Now, another thing is that another challenge that I recreated, and this is using the nozzles 0 point 4, right? No, I didn't use any 2.0, but I should in the next one, and I'm going to show you what I did on two other occasions. This is one of my best prints out for the logo that I've done, and I'm very impressed with it. But unfortunately, you have to paint the side of it black, and I am going to probably do that. And I really like it. I skipped the white in the center of his eyes because that was messing up the entire thing. It was taking even longer. This took about maybe 10 to 15 minutes also to print out. And this is a larger version. Now I did restructure it and I made it smaller, but then you start getting that thickness. And the reason is that I did the whole thing black too. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it small size and do it this way, just one color on the top tone. And I'm going to redo this again, but I just wanted to try them out different ways. And of course, I like this way because you can actually see the logo more accurate than this. This is very thick because it does print out black on the outside. And this also took about maybe 45 minutes to print out. It wasn't that bad because it does use the orange on the bottom, but unfortunately the orange is not as highlighted as here. This is the same orange, it's just a different printout, if you guys can see that. So depending on how you're going to set up your prints, this is something that's going to give you a little more challenging how to print this out. Right, so in fact I might not just even paint it black at all. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I kind of like this part of it as it is. So when I try to do the entire thing with the colors, it created more problems than solutions on this one. All right, that's another thing I created. Now let me show you the actual logos that I've done, and this is part one. So hopefully you guys stick around for the finished product that I'm going to do. And I actually set up all the letters here, but I did print it 2 different sizes, if you guys can see. This is the if you guys can see Toys R Us, this is the O. All right, so 2 different sizes on the actual lettering. And I did challenge, and these are the things I was talking about. These are very simple too. These actually slide in, and then you just pretty much glue them in there, and that makes it a lot easier. And of course I did different colors so you guys can see how easy it is to, and you can shave them off. And if somebody's like, if one of them's kind of rough edges, just shave it off and it's not that bad, but they fit perfectly and they're all the same size either way, where however you enter. Now in this part right here, you are going to need the window prior to setting up these top ones, because the window is going to hold down the actual bottom of it. All right, now after I actually set it up, engineer it, where the top, this part top that I'm talking about, is going to lock everything in place. So, but you still have to glue these things because they're going to fall throughout time. So just make sure you're aware. And I am going to finish it out, but I just want to show you guys the challenges on recreating the Toys R Us and getting it out there. And it looks pretty well. I mean, I pretty much like it as it is, but I think I'm going to resize it, make it a little smaller, because I am making a parking lot too, and I am making shopping carts. I'm going to add below people. It's 64 by, it's a 1/64 scale that I'm going to shrink it down so I can make it a little bit bigger if I want. I think I'm going to make the roof a little taller, so the roof is a little, it doesn't fit the actual bottom, so I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit. But this is kind of like a semi-final, and I wanted to show you guys ahead of time before I refinish the whole entire thing and re-engineering some of the stuff. So I am going to add this. Now on the first version I did, I was going to do lighting effect in there, but it was very challenging to run the cable, and if I do that, it's going to take me a lot of time to just produce one. So we're just going to skip that and go straight to the meal and recreate this. So I did print out a couple of faces in here that's going to show maybe glass. I'm going to put some plastic in here so you can actually see inside the store, some sales signs and so forth. It doesn't have to be very accurate on the actual fixture, because it's impossible to make something so large. I skipped the side. I just don't want to go through the challenge of me doing that part and redoing the whole thing. I just want to face and make it show. And this is probably going to be the first production before I re-engineer and change it. And of course, throughout time, it just gets better. So on this part, this took me less time to just print one wall. This entire wall, the time that it took me to build this whole wall, I printed the entire thing. That's pretty much how much time you're going to be saving when you're re-engineering. Though the theory I bring in this, it's not a finished product, but I'm just showing you guys that when you're engineering and you're creating something, always think about, if you're going to do a mass production sales on the stuff, how is it to produce these things? How easy is it to produce it and print it out? If you have one machine producing all this stuff, you're not going to make too much money. But if you have one machine producing one parts of this, one parts of that, then it's more, you're going to actually balance things out and make it easier for yourself. Now in this case right now, I do have brown, and that same machine that printed brown, and it printed the bottom part too. Now the middle part, unfortunately I can't take it and show you, but the middle part, it's a sandwich and it kind of fits in there perfectly. And in the original picture that I'm going to show here, that picture that you guys see, it has orange in the middle, so I really wanted that to show in here. But we are going to make different types of Toys R Us because throughout the era it changed a couple times, and so did the logo. And when the logo changed, we also have that ready. And that was later down the 90s when it changed completely. They started adding the star and making a blue fixture. This thing was gone probably around after the 87 or 88. I think they got rid of it because it was all wood and they restructured. But it's one of the things I remember going through these things, and it looks like more like a circus than a toy store to begin with. So this is the first level, and I hope you guys subscribe and watch for the next videos that we're gonna pop out. I'm just showing you guys some of the things that are coming through, and I've been working on so many dioramas on Batcave. I'm working on other stuff that I'm working on, but I cannot mention yet because there's still a long ways for it. But I just want to grow this channel where people are going to come and change ideas and maybe ask for the next thing to create. And right now I am working on the Breaking Bad too also. So I have like 5 different projects. We're doing RoboCop, Breaking Bad, and Toys R Us. And I'm also going to do maybe the original Kentucky Fried Chicken where the actual bucket was outside, not just the new ones, the version that doesn't even have a bucket. So this is the next version that we're going to create, and hopefully you guys stick around for part 2 of this on the next show. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.